Here's something that will disturb you. The person who makes you feel most understood might be the one manipulating you the hardest. When someone mirrors your gestures, speech patterns, and energy, your brain releases oxytocin and dopamine, creating instant trust and attraction. This is called the chameleon effect, and it's one of the most powerful psychological weapons in human interaction. Evolution designed this response to help us bond with our tribe, but modern manipulators have turned it into a precision tool for exploitation. The scariest part? Your conscious mind has almost no defense against it, because the bonding happens in your limbic system before rational thought even activates. Today, we're going into the clinical neuroscience of why mirroring works, how to distinguish authentic connection from strategic mimicry, and the exact behavioral patterns that reveal someone is playing you. Let's start with the hard science. When someone mirrors your behavior, your brain's mirror neuron system fires as if you're looking at yourself. Studies from the University of Zurich show that this neural mimicry creates a 67% increase in perceived trustworthiness within the first 90 seconds of interaction. Your anterior cingulate cortex, which processes social pain and reward, interprets behavioral synchrony as evidence of shared values and emotional safety. This happens completely unconsciously. Researchers at Stanford found that people who were subtly mirrored during negotiations were 3.5 times more likely to agree to unfavorable terms. The manipulator isn't just being friendly, they're hacking your neurochemistry. Your brain literally cannot tell the difference between genuine rapport and calculated mimicry without conscious intervention and specific training. The chameleon effect exists because our ancestors survived by forming tight social bonds. If someone moved like you, spoke like you, and shared your emotional rhythms, they were likely from your tribe and therefore safe. Neuroscientist Dr. Tanya Chartrand's groundbreaking research showed that people unconsciously mimic others they want to bond with, increasing liking by up to 80%. This is healthy mirroring, the foundation of empathy and human connection. But here's where it gets dark. Sociopaths and narcissists study this effect deliberately. They learn to mirror with precision and intention, not out of empathy, but as a strategic tool. Clinical psychologist Dr. Martha Stout notes that roughly 4% of the population has antisocial personality traits, and many have learned to weaponize mirroring to bypass your psychological defenses entirely. Here's red flag number 1, excessive and immediate mirroring in the first encounter. Authentic mirroring develops gradually as genuine rapport builds. Manipulators, however, mirror you intensely right from the start because they're following a script, not experiencing actual connection. Watch for someone who copies your exact posture within seconds, echoes your specific phrases back to you verbatim, or matches your energy with suspicious precision. A study in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior found that manipulative mirroring happens 40% faster than natural synchrony. Real connection has a rhythm, a dance where both people influence each other over time. Manipulative mirroring is like looking in a funhouse mirror. Too perfect, too fast, too calculated. Your gut will often sense this before your conscious mind catches up. Red flag number 2. They mirror you but reveal nothing authentic about themselves. Genuine mirroring is bidirectional and reciprocal. In healthy interactions, both people unconsciously adopt each other's mannerisms, creating what researchers call behavioral synchrony. But manipulators create a one-way mirror. They reflect you perfectly while keeping their true self hidden behind a constructed persona. Dr. Paul Ekman, who pioneered the study of deception, found that manipulators avoid reciprocal vulnerability. If someone seems to understand you deeply, but you realize you know almost nothing real about them, you're experiencing strategic mirroring. They're collecting data about your psychology while offering no genuine access to theirs. This asymmetry is a critical diagnostic marker of manipulation rather than mutual attraction. Red flag number 3. The mirroring feels performative and slightly off-tempo. Authentic unconscious mirroring has natural delays of about 2 to 4 seconds, creating what neuropsychologists call the attunement lag. Your brain needs time to process social information and generate a genuine empathic response. Manipulators who've studied mirroring techniques often respond too quickly or hold the mirrored behavior too rigidly. Research from MIT's Human Dynamics Lab shows that authentic synchrony has a fluid, organic quality with natural variations. Fake mirroring looks more like a pantomime performance. Trust your instinct if someone's mimicry feels like watching an actor rehearsing rather than experiencing a spontaneous human moment. Your mirror neurons can actually detect inauthenticity at a subconscious level, creating that unsettling feeling you might dismiss as social anxiety. Red flag number 4. They use mirroring to rush intimacy and create artificial bonding. Manipulators don't just mirror your body language, they mirror your emotional state and vulnerabilities to fast-track trust. If someone shares a trauma story that's oddly similar to yours, adopts your exact communication style, or claims to have coincidentally struggled with the same specific issues, be clinically skeptical. Dr. Robert Hare's research on psychopathy shows that manipulators use manufactured similarity to bypass normal trust-building timelines. Real relationships develop trust gradually through consistent behavior over time. When someone uses mirroring to create instant deep connection, they're exploiting your neurochemistry to skip critical vetting phases. The goal is to make you feel you found your soulmate before you've gathered enough behavioral data to assess their true character and intentions. Red flag number 5. Their mirroring stops abruptly once they've secured your trust or commitment. This is perhaps the most diagnostic sign of manipulative mirroring. Authentic mirroring continues throughout a healthy relationship because it's driven by genuine empathy and unconscious social bonding. But manipulative mirroring is a tool used to achieve a goal. Research published in Personality and Social Psychology Review shows that narcissists and sociopaths dramatically reduce empathic behaviors once they believe they've secured their target. If someone who perfectly understood and matched your energy suddenly becomes dismissive, critical, or emotionally distant after you've become invested, you've experienced bait-and-switch mirroring. The person you fell for wasn't real. It was a strategic performance designed to hook your attachment system and bypass your judgment. Red flag number 6. They use mirroring to isolate you from other perspectives. Manipulators create such intense rapport through mirroring that you begin to distrust your own judgment and the input of others who care about you. They'll mirror your insecurities and position themselves as the only person who truly understands you. Clinical research on coercive control shows that isolation is critical for maintaining manipulation. When your brain is flooded with oxytocin from constant mirroring, you develop what psychologists call trauma bonding. Your nervous system becomes dependent on the manipulator for emotional regulation. If friends or family express concerns and you find yourself defending someone despite mounting evidence of manipulation, your mirror neuron system may be compromised. External reality checks become essential because your internal threat detection system has been neurochemically hijacked. Red flag number 7. Cognitive dissonance between their mirroring and their actual behavior. Pay attention to what psychologists call the behavior belief gap. A manipulator might mirror your values perfectly in conversation, claiming to share your ethics, priorities, and worldview. But watch what they actually do when it matters. Dr. Albert Bandura's research on moral disengagement shows that manipulators are expert at values performance, while acting in complete contradiction to those values. If someone mirrors your belief in honesty but you catch them in repeated lies, or mirrors your commitment to respect but treats service workers dismissively, you're seeing the mask slip. Your hippocampus stores these contradictions even when your conscious mind rationalizes them away. Trust the pattern of behavior over the performance of mirrored values. So how do you protect yourself while remaining open to genuine connection? First, slow down the bonding process deliberately. Your prefrontal cortex needs time to assess patterns that your limbic system might miss in the oxytocin flood of early attraction. Second, diversify your social input. Manipulators hate when you maintain strong connections with people who can offer reality checks. Third, practice meta-awareness by noting when and how mirroring occurs. Ask yourself, is this synchrony developing organically or does it feel engineered? Fourth, test reciprocal vulnerability. Share something moderately personal and see if they reciprocate with equal authenticity or deflect. Fifth, observe their behavior with others. Manipulative mirroring is targeted. If they're chameleons with everyone, showing radically different personalities depending on who they're with. That's a clinical red flag for lack of stable identity. Here's the nuance that matters. Mirroring itself is not evil. It's a fundamental aspect of human empathy and connection. The difference between healthy and manipulative mirroring lies in intention, authenticity, and reciprocity. Healthy mirroring is unconscious, mutual, and sustained by genuine care. Manipulative mirroring is strategic, unilateral, and abandoned once it serves its purpose. Your goal isn't to become paranoid and reject all human connection. Your goal is to develop discernment. Train your conscious awareness to notice patterns your unconscious brain already detects. Trust your body's subtle signals of unease. Honor the wisdom of gradual trust building that allows you to see someone's character through varied circumstances over time. Real love and attraction don't require psychological warfare. If someone truly values you, they won't need to hack your neuroscience to keep you. They'll show up authentically and earn your trust through consistent, integrated behavior. The ultimate defense against manipulative mirroring is self-knowledge. When you understand your own psychological vulnerabilities, attachment patterns, and core needs, you become harder to manipulate. Manipulators target your unconscious wounds and unmet needs. If you've done the therapeutic work to identify these areas, you can catch yourself when someone seems to perfectly fill a void you didn't know you were advertising. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk's research on trauma shows that people with unresolved attachment issues are particularly vulnerable to manipulative mirroring. This isn't victim blaming, it's empowerment through awareness. Build a relationship with yourself that's so solid that external validation through mirroring becomes less neurologically compelling. The more integrated and self-aware you become, the more clearly you'll see manipulation for what it is. A performance designed to exploit the most beautiful aspects of human psychology. Protect your capacity for trust by investing it wisely, gradually, and with eyes wide open.